Welcome to the only show bringing cops and the community together for some real talk and some real listening. This is uncut. This is uncensored. This is Black and Blue Live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing out there?
Welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. First show of 2021. What's going on?
Ain't it a doozy of a year already?
Starting already, ain't that something? I tell
Cutting
you.
up.
Yes, already. We'll definitely talk about that a little bit. How was your New Year's?
My New Year's was straight quarantined, but I did have my black eyed peas, and I was able to spend time with family, and it was good. How about you?
Okay, same here. New Year's Day is my birthday, so me and the wife
Nice.
celebrated.
Happy belated birthday.
Yes, thank you. We celebrated my birthday, and in grand fashion. But over the past few days, we had some craziness going on out there in DC. And another thing, just
Crazy
like
is such a delicate, understated word.
Well,
I'm gonna go for treason.
Okay,
treason.
We could say treason because that's what it was. Let's call it like it is.
There should be some cases.
Yes. It sounds like a few of them got arrested already, but we won't talk about that right now because we got some other people we want to bring on here today. Like I said, when we wrapped up the show in 2020, and glad we got rid of 2020 and bring in 2021. I said we was going to talk about some new things, bring on some new sort of guests. Although the focus is still going to be mostly about law enforcement, we're going to bring in some other guests from different professions, and today's going to be one of those days. We're going to bring in some firefighters, so let's bring them on right now. One of our guests was not able to make it, but you'll see his face there. He's actually on a call, and when he gets done, he'll be right back. But our first guest here, we will bring in. This is who our first guest is supposed to be, Alexander Effiam. He's out in Chattanooga Fire Department. But our next guest, she is a 5-year veteran of the Mobile, Alabama Fire Department. Everybody, please help me welcome in Kristen Danielle Richard.
Hey,
how you doing? How you doing, Miss Richard? Freeze frame. All right.
I'm good.
How you doing out there? Can you hear us? All right. Our next guest is also. All right, cool. Our next guest, he's also a 5-year veteran, but he's out in Chicago with Chicago Fire. Yeah, Chi-Town. Everybody, please help us welcome in Mr. David Brown. How you doing?
Hello, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, like the hair, man.
All of it.
Yes. How's it going out there in Chi-Town?
Man, we surviving, we enduring, we doing well.
All right, cool. Let me bring everybody on. All right, so this is the new gigs. I hope everybody likes the new set here. You got mine. We got the whole setup here. And welcome to Black and Blue Live, everybody. Hopefully we can keep this going here a little bit. But we want to talk about you guys and fire service and all that. I gave you some introductions. Alexander you guys see right there, that little freeze frame right there. He had to run out on a call, but hopefully he'll be back. We wished him lots of luck, and hopefully he'll be safe out there in Chattanooga. But till then, you guys gonna hold down the fort. So why don't you tell everybody who you are, what you do, and what you like about fire service. We'll start with you, Kristen. Go ahead. Tell everybody who you are and all about yourself. Kristen, go ahead. Tell everybody about yourself.
Hey, y'all. Well, my name is Kristen, and can you hear me?
Absolutely. Yes.
Can y'all hear me? Oh,
yes,
okay.
We can hear you.
Well, I was born and raised in Mobile, and I've been on the fire service for going on 5 years. I started off as a dispatcher, and 2 years later, I transitioned to the field. And I was actually the first Black female firefighter in 25 years to come on, and I'm pretty proud of that.
All right.
Yes, you should be. All right.
Appreciate that. Yes. Let's give you a round of applause again.
We did that. Toast and cheers. Toast
First black
and
female in
cheers.
the whole department. Yes, thank you. And David, why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do out there in Chi-Town?
I'm David Brown. I'm a firefighter EMT in Chicago, Illinois for Chicago Fire Department at Engine 98. I've been bouncing around different departments worldwide for about 4 or 5 years. Man, I enjoy it. I love the job. Before this, I was a welder. I did like a little bit of underwater welding. I did a little bit of rig welding. So I've done a few things, in terms of the trades. And I got in the fire department, really enjoyed it, and had a lot of friends that taught me about it, told me about it. So it's been good. I'm like one of 2 firemen that got dreadlocks in Chicago. So I'm sporting that proud. I'm sporting that proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Natural
like
hair.
Man, long hair don't care.
All day.
Right.
Hey, Alexander.
Hey, Alex, what's going on? He back. He back.
Spider-Man made it back.
Yes.
There we go.
Wasn't about nothing burning down. So yeah. Appreciate that.
No, it's all good.
So we were just doing introductions real quick. So why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do out there in Chattanooga?
My name's Alexander Effiam. I've been with the fire department about going on 5 years now. And we do a little bit of everything down here. We respond to EMS calls, majority. We do fire, hazmat calls, USAR, pretty much anything, marine rescue. We have pretty much everything out there. A decent sized city, about 200,000 people. So we get our fair share of calls out here.
Yes. Nice. Thank you for joining us. We're glad you made it back safe. So, we want to talk about everything it is about being a firefighter, about being a black firefighter, about being a female firefighter. So I'm sure Lizzie will get Kristen up on those questions there. And let's start about, first of all of us are African American. You guys are African Americans in fire service. What's the makeup of African Americans in each of your departments? Alex, why don't you tell people what the makeup is in your department?
We have right now about 425 sworn personnel, and I'd say about 50 of them are black.
Okay.
So
okay.
Very small portion. Yeah.
Yep. Any of them work in your station with you?
Not currently. No.
Oh. So you the lone standout, the Lone Ranger.
I mean, for a while in this district, I was, they break the city up into 3 parts. In this district, I was the only black guy on this shift for a while. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. Kristen, what about yourself? How many black folks on Mobile, Alabama Fire Department?
Not a lot. It's about maybe 400. Maybe about 470, and maybe, like Alexander said, maybe 50 or 60 are African American, and there are actually only 4 African American females on the department. The one before me, then me, and then 2 beautiful black women came on after me, and I'm hoping that's a trend that we can start to see down here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're looking at. And Dave, last but certainly not least, how many in Chicago?
I think we got roughly about 5,000 firefighters that are with Chicago. About 350, I believe, from my confirmed sources, are black or African American. I believe.
Yeah, from your
roughly
confirmed sources.
300. Yeah, my confirmed sources.
So,
AKA
going
my
to
other
that.
black firefighters. And we
Black Twitter, huh?
We count each other. We be like, oh man, you okay? All right, so there's one over there. All right, so it's about 300 of us, right?
Trust.
We
We do the same thing.
ourselves. Yeah.
What is the networking between you all, like within your departments? How are you all able to connect, or kind of, because it's the same, like even with women in law enforcement and things like that, we want to connect to people who can relate to our journeys, experiences, and shed light, as well as other mentors. But for you all, what are your networking, vessels, especially when you're the only one?
In Chicago, at least, we've been blessed because there's a gentleman named Quentin Reed. He's founded the Black Fire Brigade. So he has a non-for-profit organization that puts a lot of African American youth into EMT and firefighter and allows them to kind of like really get into it. So amongst that organization, we all are part of it. So we all see each other throughout days, throughout fires. So we all see each other. So we all kind of like have a nice little network. And then, you know, as amongst the melanated, you know, you see me, I see you, I'm gonna give you the and you're gonna give me the nod back. I'm gonna give you the nod, you're gonna give me the nod back.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna know we hit. We hit, right? We hit. And that's it. I'm gonna be like, so we make it a point to like, hey man, what's up, brother? Even if we don't know each other. When we see on fire incidents, we make sure hey man, how you doing, bro? Come here. And a lot of the people that are non-melanated will be like, man, how you know that guy? We'll be like, hey man, that's my brother. So it's just like we try to keep it real close,
right.
You know, keep it real integral in that manner.
Yeah. You guys have any experiences like that, Kristen and Alex?
Well, I guess down here we have 4 districts, so we're all pretty spread apart. I'm the youngest Black female in my district. If we do like he stated, hey, you know, what's up? You know, with COVID going on, we're gonna bump fist or elbow bump. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the cooties away.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess we really pride ourselves on being one big happy department. Of course, we as Black people, we do tend to stick together because it's not a lot of us. If we're not on duty, you know, you always have social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. Me personally, for me to have such this huge personality, when I'm at work, I'm kind of in my own little corner, you know. So if you see me, hey, other than that,
Right. Oh, what we got there? Hold on. Yeah, I think that was you there, Alex. You guys got something going on over there? Yeah.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I muted you there for a second. You had the dee go. Any there? Yeah. Anyway,
but okay, yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Our first comment here, and I forgot to mention everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Everybody, please send in your comments and questions. We'll get those on. First one here is we sure do. I guess that's their name. What they on YouTube? Tuning in from Chicago. That's your wife. Tuning in from Chattanooga.
Okay, yeah, that's my wife. All right.
Hey, you got a fan club. That's one more than we got. That's one more than we got. Yeah. Let me go back to you, Kristen, real quick. So being a female in your department, is that kind of tough? Because you guys work 24-hour shifts. Is that right?
Yes, it is. I guess my story, it's a little complex. Again, I started off as a dispatcher in 2016. And foolishly, I was watching a fellow firefighter. We went to high school together. He had posted someone taking the CPAT. And I was like, I wonder if I can do that. And taking I have a dancer's background. I know, well, at the time, I knew nothing about fitness. That was my thing. I didn't have to lift weights to do a toe touch or hit a split. So, you know, when I went out there, that CPAT royally. But, you know, a lot of people from the department were there when I took the CPAT. And I was a little embarrassed, you know. And
what is the CPAT?
And, you know,
what is that for? What is the CPAT for those of us that don't know?
Oh, well, the CPAT, that's the physical fitness test that you have to take to even become a firefighter. Okay. I don't know how it is for y'all, but in Alabama, you can't even apply for the job without a valid CPAT. So you have to, it starts there. So
what
it took me a year. Ooh, child, girl.
You have
to walk on the step.
I think
you have to walk on that step. You have to walk on a step mill. It's like rotating stairs with 75 pounds attached to you. It's a vest, and then you get 2 shoulder pads with an extra 30 pounds on there. You have to walk on that for 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and you can't hold on to anything. If you bump the rail twice, then you automatically fail. As soon as you get off the step, you have to run, do what they call a hose drag, which is what you use when you fight fire. You have to run, You have to pull it, and then once you get done with that, take them out. You're winded because once you get off that step mill, that thing is designed to shoot them legs from under you. So you walking off looking like Jello by the legs,
That
legs out doodly and stuff like that.
Dog, player.
It is the worst. It is horrible. Like your heart rate goes from 0 to 100 like that fast. So you really gotta control your breathing.
A little bit.
Man, what? Like, come on, now.
Man, it put the fear of God in you. It put the fear of God.
Y'all having trauma. I want a piece of cake.
You know, man, let me tell you something.
That Stairmaster with them pounds, you're gonna be like, what the hell am I doing? You realize, what the hell am I doing? Like, all right.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What am I doing?
Pretty much.
What am I doing?
But yeah, after
this is what I signed up for. You start realizing.
I'm not gonna lie. When I kept failing, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just stick to dispatching where I can sit in the AC and I don't have to worry about all this. And then once you it's like maybe 3 or 4 other evolutions. You do the Stairmaster, the hose drag, you got to carry the chainsaw and the K-12 around. You got to pull your ladder. That sledgehammer. The dummy drag is called the showstopper. The dummy drag is like almost 200 pounds.
Dummy drag.
So it's kind of the same in Chicago as it is in Mobile, as I'm sure as it is in Chattanooga. The same sort of test.
So the
start off with,
the CPAT is a nationally it's
a national
standard. So if you take the CPAT, let's say where you guys are in Tennessee or Alabama, that CPAT will qualify you, but not all the certifications, your firefighter 2, your EMT, a lot of those things you have to get within that state. But if you take that CPAT, you pretty much cut your teeth into qualifying.
Okay.
So, but that CPAT is a dog. It's a dog.
It is no fun. I would not wish it. Well, no, I take that back. If I don't like you, I would love you to take a CPAT.
I passed the CPAT the first time I did it, but
everybody
the first time I did the CPAT, it helped like the CPAT, it let me realize like, man, this is nothing to play with, because that CPAT, that Stairmaster, that hose drag, I don't know how you guys, we have a testing facility up here in Chicago where you got to do a pike pull. Your arms are just jellified. Your back is sore. You're tight. Yep. And then 75 pounds on a Stairmaster. A Stairmaster is not a slow pace.
Yeah,
it's a faster pace. So when you're going, and it's all time too. Like that's the other thing. I don't know if you mentioned that it's time. So if you take that CPAT and you take too long to do each of those evolutions, at that point you're disqualified.
Okay.
And you're testing with other people. So you see other people fly through this CPAT and you're like, I got it. And you might not have.
You know what?
So it's a
You know, you guys mentioned that's a national test that that fire departments across the country have to do. I've always, I don't want to, Lizzie and I were talking about that. Yeah, the friendly rivalry we have as police officers and fire departments. It's a friendly rivalry. I'm sure you guys know that. But give you guys props on that. I always admired that, fire departments have a good working relationship with other fire departments, good organization. You guys, when there's major incidents, you guys know what you guys, each department's doing. Not so much with a police department, like if we have a major incident, if the neighboring city comes over, we may not know what they're going to do. They don't know what we're going to do. We don't necessarily communicate on the same frequencies. And now you're telling me you guys all have a national test. That's not the same case in testing for police departments. So props for being firefighters. But that's the one time you get. That's the one prop you get today.
He over here about to ask for an application. I'm looking at him like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
No, that's
stop it.
Y'all see
you guys are amazing.
Y'all see all
y'all are amazing.
That's police. That's police. But
man, we appreciate you all, man. It's
we love you.
Rival, man. We all love each other. We all on the same team. At the end of the day, we all on the same team.
Absolutely. I have a question though, in regards to that, because you said someone posted on social media, Kristen, about this test. Prior to the testing, what was your guys' knowledge of what was going to be required for going into becoming a firefighter? Because it's not something advertised. I don't think I never saw a Black firefighter growing up. So it never, I knew one, But it just never crossed my mind that that was an option or an opportunity. So for you all, prior to going there, had you all had any experience or any exposure to firefighting or the profession
as far
of it?
as me, just all I knew, I was actually living in Dallas when I came back to Mobile. I had a job out there, and I was a dispatcher. They hired me to dispatch, and like I said, prior to that, I would, dispatch calls for like paramedics and stuff, and I would hear all the interesting calls they were making, because I'm the one sending them out. We know what's going on before they even get the call. So that's another good thing for me. I see it from both ends. Even now, I'm still a dispatcher. I dispatch them, I talk on the radio, and then the very next day, I'm out in the field doing it. But my boss, I was like, I want to ride on Ready 4. That's the ambulance. We call them rescue trucks. I was like, I want to ride Rescue 24. I was really interested in it. And he said, oh, well, that's great, but you got to go to fire school. And I was like, for what? I was like, I want to be a paramedic. I didn't say anything about fighting fire.
Right.
But down here, in order to, be a paramedic, everyone down here is cross-trained. You have to be a firefighter first. And in fact, that was the motto for us for a while, was firefighter first. And I was like, okay. So my chief took me down there to take the CPAT, and I got humbled. So I had to hire a personal trainer. I was in the gym, no lie, y'all, 6 days a week. And I took that CPAT every chance they had it, every month for a year straight. And I passed it July 23rd. And I fell to my knees and I cried and I praised the Lord. And but prior to that, I did not know
You
had
did
to go
it.
through all this firefighter.
But you
Yes.
did it, sis. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
And so is
real
Madarius
talk.
Witherspoon on YouTube. He says he's proud of you as well, Rashard. So Madarius Witherspoon, I don't know if you know that person. So go ahead.
I know him very well. He's my boyfriend.
Okay.
I
said, hope you know.
Hey, boo. Hey.
Hey, boo.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, boo. What up, boo? You smell kind of fine, boo.
I see you, girl. I see you.
So
You smell kind of fine, boo.
Too.
he a firefighter too? Does he work for the same department?
He is.
Okay.
We
all
do.
right.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, that's what's up. I assume you guys are in different stations, right? They split you guys up.
Yes, we are different stations, different shifts, so I don't have to see him every day.
For real, right? So
Appreciate that separation of church and state.
yes. So to piggyback on
And
that,
then
yes, to piggyback on family, how's working? 24-hour shifts. I don't know if you guys work 3 days straight. I don't know how you guys do it with your departments, but how's that work on your family life and your personal lives? How's that work? Go ahead, Alex.
You got to find time for it. I mean, our schedule, the way it works out, we may work from, depending on the shift, 9 to 11 days a month. And so those other 20-something days, I pick up extra jobs. I work here and there. So you just got to make time for your family. My wife has gotten used to the fact that I work 24-hour shifts, and, she treats it as a little break from me. So I make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little break from you. Okay. I see.
Yeah, she calls it a break from me.
Yeah. What about you,
Do
David?
you
How's that
all
work with you?
find?
Go ahead,
David, is it the same for you also?
And I don't got no wife, no kids, so I'm pretty chill. Like, I don't really have much. I'm a dog for the overtime. So whenever they call me, I'm there. So for me, if it's not about money, it's don't really got my attention. So I'm always down to get on or take overtime or whatever. Here in Chicago, we have 24 on, 48 off, and every fifth shift you have that 24-hour block that's paid off. So I get 5 days in a row off twice a month. So I have a lot of time. I'm a welder, so I do a small amount of engineering. I run my company. So I have a lot of time to do, kind of what I want to do. If I were to get married or have kids, at that point, I could see that it'd be a bit more responsibility. But the schedule here is pretty good. Our schedule is pretty solid here. So, I really can't complain about the schedule, to be honest with you.
Nice.
Curious, talking about scheduling. I know for us with law enforcement, balance is a big thing they drive because we have such high suicide, alcoholism rates, and just family trauma. And it's probably like that in other fields where we have such a high demand and we're dealing with, you have to have a high emotional maturity and capacity and emotional intelligence to deal with these situations, because we're usually meeting people on like the worst day of our lives or their lives. How does that impact you all, or how does that impact firefighters in your field? Do you guys have those same issues, and what are the things that, or the tools they give to tell you all to cope with it?
I'll start in Chicago. We have.
No, you go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, me, my.
Paper, rock, scissors. Here we go.
Yeah.
So Alexander, then David, then Kristen.
Hose, axe. Axe. Which one? Go ahead, Alex.
That was a good one, Dale. That was a good one.
No, on this job, you'll see a lot of stuff that, that'll carry with you for a while if you don't, deal with it. So me personally, I'm big on seeing a therapist. I try to go at least maybe once or twice a month, go in there, talk it out. And, at first I didn't think it would be, beneficial, but I've learned so much just going to see her and the techniques that she's taught me. And it's been a life changer. I'll say that. So I'm big on the mental health. Taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your body.
For real.
I'll say that.
Awesome. David?
We have a critical stress incident management system, so we can talk to other people if we see something that's really bothering us. We do therapy. They got a lot of different programs that are available for Chicago firemen if they see something that's going to really personally, for me, man, I think that a big part of it is making sure you got a good group of fellas you work with, and that you guys have nice positive outlets in terms of speaking and getting those things off your chest. Not everything has to be talked about over a drink, because that drink can become a very consistent staple of your healing process of your soul. And for us, especially as African Americans, drugs, alcoholism, that runs thick in our culture, because we come from a culture that predominantly is in poverty. So a lot of that, don't go see that therapist, you're crazy, type of incentive of, oh, don't be crazy, you good. So you don't want to white knuckle in terms of trying to just do it yourself. So I think it's really been just like he said, man, go see a therapist. For me, I talk to a lot of my buddies. I got a lot of good friends in the fire department, and some of it, majority of it, isn't really a drink and a conversation. A lot of it's a drink and an arm over the shoulder. So I think that's kind of more so the way to exercise that system of stress off of yourself.
Nice.
That's awesome. Kristen, what about you? Because it's different. You're the only you're a female in a male-dominated field, so it brings in itself that, and you're African American. That brings its own dichotomy to that. What are some things or some ways that you also kind of cope with the stresses of work?
Well, yeah, I know women are 10 times more emotional than men, so
you don't say.
In itself is self-explanatory. But I do also have a counselor that I seek, and I just based on my personal experience, your crew will make or break your shift. If you're not stationed with a good crew, people that genuinely have your back, you really will be miserable those 24 hours. Again, I'm more so the quiet. I don't really say much. I'm not as interactive with people. I don't know about y'all, but I'm also the detailed person. I get detailed out, which means if a station's lacking a body, I'm the one that's hitting the road. So I don't always see my crew a lot, so sometimes it's me going from station to station to station, and I'm like, okay, I don't know you, you don't know me. But I will say I have a really good captain. If I am having a bad day, even when I get detailed, it's nothing for my captain to reach out. Hey, you good? Even when we're not off duty, we have a group chat. We all just kind of check in with each other. So as far as me, I do lean on my captain a lot, because with my own experience being a Black female firefighter, again, there hadn't been one to come on in 25 years since I came. So it was it was a culture shock for a lot of people. I mean, there were only, like I said, 15, 16 women in our department and only 4 were Black. And when I came on at the time, it was just 2, so men in the fire service, and I'm not trying to be mean about it, but they do have their own, perception that being a firefighter is a profession for men, so now we have this girl, this young, and she's Black. What do we do? Now everything has to kind of take a pause. Now I can't have a normal conversation at the dinner table because she's here. On top of that, now she's Black. So I really kind of be a little bit more cautious of my words when she's going through things based on who she is and what she looks like. It's difficult for me and it's difficult for them. I have a Black captain. But like I said, my captain and Madarius, since he put himself out there to comment, I lean on both of them. I lean on my parents. On top of that, I have my daughters. I lean on them as well, and I do believe in the power of prayer. Just wake up and take it day by day. You don't know what you're going to get when those tones go off. It's the same dispatching, so it's a lot in this profession. It took me a while to honestly kind of adjust to it. It was different dispatching it. Unless it was, a gunshot or a cardiac arrest and I'm giving CPR instructions, but then going to the field and seeing it, my first cardiac, I cried, no lie. So it's tough, it's rough, and just kind of got to take a day.
Yeah, definitely hear you on that one. So, piggybacking on a little bit of what you said there. So, being emotional, being Black, some things that we can't discuss with people that we're working with. But we got BLM right now, right? And I know that's kind of focused mostly on, law enforcement. But I'm sure you guys working for cities, working for fire departments have experienced a little bit of that as well. How's that affected you, this whole BLM movement? What's been going on with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all that? How's it affected you personally? How's it affected you professionally? Go ahead there, David.
So when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm all for making a change in the Black community. I'm all for us standing up for our rights. I'm all for us making a statement to the public. I am not for causing damage and pain and committing crimes in our neighborhoods or in other people's neighborhoods. I feel that peaceful protest is okay. I feel like there are different avenues you can use to get your message across and point across without committing a felony. Especially as a Black man, you know that it seems that we get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So, what I'm saying, Black man, Black king, don't get out here and put yourself in a position where you can endanger and risk your beautiful Black kids having you in their life, or endanger being able to take care of your family. So for me, we had the riots in Chicago. We had riots and we ran, almost 26 calls. So it was a call every hour. And it was just such a beautiful thing to see and go on calls where normally the only Black fireman on my rig is me. And for me to go on calls and to see Black people upset and angry. Then when I step off the rig, I'm like, hey, bro, dial it down a notch. And they'd be like, all right, brother, you know what? You right. Yeah, man, you shouldn't put that sledgehammer down. You don't need to break into that gas station while I'm standing here. You feel me? And those jokers over there will shoot you. So Black man, think about your life. Think about what you're doing. So it's a different level of cultural continuity that I think you can speak on. Like, hey, man, like the Black people nod. We get a nod, but a nod says a paragraph worth of statements, and we don't say it.
Yeah.
So for me to get out the fire rig and be like, hey, bro, hold fast, I got you. And then a lot of the healthcare and because we respond to EMS, medical emergencies, and fires. A lot of that comes with a lot of fear. A lot of African Americans don't feel comfortable with the police or the paramedics that aren't of their culture, and they don't feel they're going to get quality service. So with myself, I just try to reassure my black people, especially during the Black Lives Matter movements. Hey man, it's gonna be all right. I got you, like, bro. I got you. We had a kid. Hey man, he was having some type of medical issue. I say, listen, man, I got you. I told his mother, hey, I got you. got your son. He's gonna be okay. I'm gonna ride with them to the hospital, and we're gonna make sure that he gets there safe and sound. You got my word. And that abated her fears almost 110%. She was like, I know you got me. Now, if I wasn't there, how would she have felt giving her beautiful black child away to someone that wasn't of her culture and didn't maybe potentially understand that those cultural continuities? So I'm just thankful that during the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm thankful I was where I'm at, because I'm in the heart of downtown, you know, smack dab in the middle of the heart of downtown. And I like to be there because I can see a lot of my people, and I can see sometimes how my people can be misunderstood. And I can stand there in a little bit of the gateway and be like, hey, you know what? Hang on. He's loud. He's passionate. He's not aggressive. He's not about to commit violence.
Yeah.
He's passionate about his point. He's not about to jump on you. So just wait and let him finish, and we can work it out together. So it's almost like being a cultural translator, and we speak the same language. You know, so it's been okay for me. I can say that it's been beautiful, a beautiful experience. And I've had a lot of great Black Lives Matter people, you know, do some great non-violent, peaceful things and send a real positive message.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Do you, and piggybacking off of what you said, and Kristen and Alexander, I'm sorry, please jump in on this. Do you feel that, I don't want to use the word responsibility, but do you feel that because of the place of influence that you've been given, that it is kind of like an expectation, or maybe a calling or whatever, to be able to diffuse or bring context to situations where people may or may not understand, when it comes to culture, or when it comes to the response, when it comes to behaviors, and helping to diffuse situations, or
Absolutely.
to bring understanding, whether it's in the workplace or behind closed doors or live on scene?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Alex.
You
You know, out here, I work in a majority black neighborhood, and but all my crew members are white, and all the police officers in this district are white, and it's like, it gets kind of hard when you have to be that barrier between. It's like my brother said, it's like, they're not angry. I mean, they're not aggressive. They may be angry and loud, but that's just how we are. And it's like, I feel like I'm by myself sometimes. It's like, it gets to be stressful at sometimes, and yeah.
I understand.
I feel
I feel you. I guess for me, and I get detailed a lot. So there are times, like he said, that I am the only person there. On top of came in with the triple-edged sword. I'm black, I'm a female, and I was also the dispatcher that nobody likes. I'm a very no-nonsense person, and even now when I dispatch, I take my job very seriously. I'm a pretty darn good dispatcher, if I must say so myself. So, a lot of people who didn't even know me at the time, you know, just by how I talk, they would think that I would come off as rude, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So, coming out into the field, and then, you know, when Black Lives situation came out, me personally, I did see a lot of division go along in the department. I do feel like it's because people that aren't black, they simply just don't know. You know, I wouldn't necessarily go as far to say, like you said, it's just really uncomfortable even talking about it, because with us being black, you know, we say the slightest thing. We say how we feel, and the first thing they want to say is, "Oh, she's racist." You know what I'm saying? It puts me in, you know, when they're speaking their, you know, their opinion, which everyone's entitled to have, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, you do see me sitting here, right? And you really gonna say that, you know, but then if I say something, everything, no one knows how hard it is being black. I don't care what nobody says. If you're not black, you don't know how difficult it is for us to be able to comfortably speak our minds, especially when, like I said, if you're not black, you simply don't know. everything's not necessarily about being racist. I honestly don't think that's the case. I just think a lot of people are ignorant to the fact, so it's like, what do you do when you're placed in that situation? Do you speak up and, risk thousands of other opinions coming at you? And now it goes from what could have been a original conversation to an argument. And now I got to go downtown because I'm defending my culture. I'm defending who I am. I'm my race. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like some things are better left unsaid. And that goes for both. That goes for Black people. That goes for people that are not Black, but it's just overall very difficult. It's overall very, very stressful. I honestly don't partake in it because mouth goes south real fast. So I think, I listen to what I have to say, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna do, or I'm be like sponge my head out.
I got you. So, talking about another thing that took place in 2020, COVID-19, and you guys, being firefighter, paramedics, and responding to medical calls. How has COVID-19 affected you guys' workplace since the outbreak? Go ahead there, David.
So, I think that for us, the COVID-19, man, we've been taking a lot of different, precautions, making sure. I mean, I've been a hand sanitizing maniac when it comes to the canteen. They're offering
hands is cracked.
Yeah, man. I've been on hand sanitizer like it's crack. Just whenever. Man. I hand sanitize up now when I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I might need to sandy up. And so it's just like, we've been taking a lot of different N95 masks, the P100s. We've been taking a lot of different precautions. So far, I haven't had to say I've had any issues with COVID personally. We've had a few people at our firehouse that did get COVID. I think it's about 1,200 members. I think in Chicago, that last I talked to one of the medical guys was saying about 1,200 people that have had dealings with COVID. Roughly, I want to say, but so far, everyone's, we had, I think, 1 or 2 deaths due to COVID, roughly. So it's not, and we haven't had a resounding number of people die from it, but, we've been doing well up here. We've been taking our precautions and just making sure we get home safe and we get to our families safe,
For real. How's it affected you guys out there in Chattanooga, Alex?
Yeah, like you said, we've stepped up our, universal precautions, PPE'd up on every call. But yeah, it's affected, everybody differently. I can't see my granny. I can't see I rarely go see my parents or anything like that. But it's it's real. It's real. On my part-time job, I work on an ambulance, and I'm in and out these ERs all the time, and they're packed. Like,
well, you are on private.
Right, that's where the good real money's at. But
that private money.
No, we have like not.
Okay, I see you, baby. I see you.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, because that's something you will never see me do is work for a private ambulance service.
Hey man, miss me with that one for sure.
I can see who the clown is at your station, Dave. I can see who the clown is at your station.
Right.
He keep everybody laughing.
Yeah. Keep everybody up in
I'll
stitches.
kick it off. Man, is that the dynamite? Let's light. Let's light.
There's light.
All the way. I love it.
Yeah. So this vaccine is coming out. You guys gonna take the shot? Have you guys taken it already?
Is it mandatory for you all?
It's not
about a week ago. It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. Yeah, we can.
You got yours?
Mandatory down here.
Who got it? Alex, you got it?
You got the first and the second shot. You didn't get the second one yet.
I go back next week or the week after next for the second round. Yeah.
Wow. No side effects.
Let's just say I haven't had no issues with it. So I can't really say I want to take the shot because I feel great. I've been fine. So I mean, I've dealt with COVID patients. I haven't had anything I can remotely say that made me feel like, all right, man, this is it, Lord. Like, I haven't felt anything. I felt pretty fine. Like, man, this is it, Lord. Like, here I come. You know what I'm saying? Get my heart ready, Lord.
Yeah.
Father, I stretch my hand to thee.
Hey, Father, I'm coming in hot. Like, nah, I haven't had no issues.
Yeah.
I feel
But you know what they
pretty
say
good,
though? They
so-
say it may not be you, but if you're carrying it, it's the person that you're gonna be around. Your mama, your grandmama. You know.
Right.
So
And that's
you
the
gotta think about that.
thing. Like, I don't know about, like, that's the thing, because if I don't feel it, I don't feel bad. I don't know if I want to inject it in me and start feeling terrible and symptomatic for a couple of days and then potentially not be symptomatic anymore. So I feel like I want to go off of naturally and spiritually how I feel. I feel pretty good. I've been taking a lot of turmeric, a lot of moringa, activated silver. Now I'm an herbalist, so I take a lot of different herbs.
That colloidal silver.
Man,
I got that spironella.
I'm trying to keep all them chakras boom, pam, pam. You feel me? I'm trying to keep chakras in a row.
Please go get
You feel me?
Oh man. Okay.
Man. So I feel pretty good so far. So I think my immune system's all right. I think I'm okay. So I'm gonna ride it out just like the way it is.
I hear all that. My immune system is pretty good too. And I had COVID. Asymptomatic. No fever, no cough, no congestion, no nothing. And I did right. I wore a mask. I was around here hand sanitizer till my hands was crusty. So I feel you on that. And even though I've dealt with COVID, because I see how it is, really taking people, I don't think I'm going to get the vaccine either. My minor in college was biology, so I kind of know a little something. I just feel like there are so many other things that won't even have a cure for. You don't even you can't cure the common cold. You got the cure for that, but you got to find a way to keep the money going. 0.2 seconds just got here, y'all already got a shot for that. Not right now. I'm not going to put myself out there to be a guinea pig for the COVID vaccine.
I don't even feel that way. I feel that the COVID vaccine is a vaccine. It's like you still can get COVID. You might not die from it, but you still can get it. So whether I take the shot and I don't die from it, or whether I don't take the shot and I still stay healthy and I'm asymptomatic, I'm still able to shed that virus whether I have the vaccine in me or not. So I'm still honestly a precautionary danger to my 80-year-old grandmother or my 60-year-old parents. I'm still a precautionary measure. I still have to take precautionary measures. So when in doubt, I just treat myself like I do have it. That way, just to be careful in terms of my kids or like my buddies' kids. I call my friends' kids my kids. I don't have any children. So like I just got done hugging on them little babies. You saw me earlier. Or they want to play in my hair and sit on my lap. So I'm careful with them. And, I take COVID tests regularly to make sure they're okay, because I would never want to endanger my friends' children. Mm-hmm. But in all honesty, I think it's the same difference to me. You take the vaccine and you still could get COVID. You might not die. Or you take the vaccine, don't take the vaccine, and you get COVID and you don't pass away and you're just asymptomatic. You still have the potential to pass that virality, if that's even a word, or that viral shedding, which I know is a part of the process of COVID. So they taught us here with CFD. So, you shed the virus anyway. So you still have the potential to spread it.
Let me ask Alexander, because you've taken it and you taken the first shot. Did you have any like pain in the arm or anything? And then how long till you can take your second shot? And do they give you like a list of potential side effects and how long they're supposed to stay, or what does that look like for you?
Yeah, the only pain that I had was like a sore arm for a while. I felt like, you just got done working out, and that lasted about 2 days. And I also had chills for about 3 or 4 days. But after that, I felt fine. Haven't had any other symptoms other than that. And I got it, I think, the end of December, and they told me to come back on the 20th. So about 20 days between the first and the second shot. And they said you could have, similar symptoms. The chill was one of the symptoms, fever, a slight fever, body aches and stuff like that. So,
and how long is it supposed to? How long is the vaccine supposed to? Whichever one you took, how long is that supposed to cover you?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I took the Pfizer vaccine. I know it was that much, but to be honest, I'm just trying to, protect myself, protect my family. They both, my daughter and my wife have asthma, and I'm around that all the time here. And then working on the ambulance, we're transporting COVID patients all the time. And I don't want to bring that home. I will take every precaution that I can.
To a year. I heard it was 6 months to a year. That's what I heard.
Okay.
I heard that from some of the cats. I'm not doing it, Jeff.
So it's gonna be like the flu vaccine.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotta take this every year. Come on, man.
Because they always mutate. It's already mutated. COVID-19 is already.
Yeah, it's like a different strain.
Yeah, we got another one. We got COVID-20 out here that's 70% more
contagious.
spreadable, man. COVID-20 out here. COVID-2021. COVID-21. Oh no.
Hey, listen. I just got a call. I put myself on the list for that. I just got a call earlier today, so I'm gonna sign up, and I think I'm gonna get that shot too. Because just like you, Alex, I got kids, I got a wife, so
But Dale, can I have your car in the back if you turn into a zombie? No, I'm just saying.
You're a trip. You're a trip.
Man, zombie apocalypse. I'm ready for it. Ready for it.
I'm ready. I've
been waiting for it, man. I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
I talk a lot of trash, but if it becomes a requirement for me to travel again, I'll be like this. Hit me off right here.
Yeah.
Give me a double dose.
Man,
I need
right,
it that air.
right.
I'm ready. Let me across the border.
I'm everywhere.
Messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting back to fire service, you guys being firefighters, and the main job is in your title, fire. How often do you guys actually go out there and fight fires? And if so, what's the most dangerous kind of situation you've been in? You ever been in a fully engulfed building? Tell us some stories about firefighting.
It's hot.
I was in a fire where my first fire.
Yeah, it's hot. I know.
I ended up one of these guys ended up from what happened is one of these guys ended up killing his mother. I guess he was a drug addict or something. He killed his mother. And he lit the building on fire, lit the whole apartment on fire. So we were in there and we were around. It was really smoky. It was like he cut the stove on and it was rolling. It was rolling. And then when we that was the first time in maybe 2-3 years that since I had been back in Chicago, where I had to like pull a lady out who was like face was bashed in or whatever the case may be, and we had to do CPR. We did everything to the best of our abilities, but it was a lot of smoke, a lot of fire, and you're scared. And on top of that, you got a body that you have to pick up and carry out. And I'm 6 foot 280, so I'm a big dude. I used to be a power lifter, so I picked her up no problem. It was a moment of having to do that and all the adrenaline behind it. You're breathing hard. And you got 70 pounds worth of gear on, and man, we got out. Sadly, she didn't make it, but it was just a moment of it was a real moment of like clairvoyancy where you kind of like have that moment of dazing, like you're kind of in a daze afterwards. Like, man, I can't believe, we just did that. In Chicago, we get a lot of fires, every day, and it's a lot of violence up here. So it's a lot of everything. A lot of it is, now these kids aren't shooting each other; they're shooting each other. Now these kids. Ideas off this media and the music. So now I'm gonna shoot the kid and I'm gonna turn him up, burn him up, I'm gonna shoot him and hide his body. Like it's more criminal mastermind that they're getting from this music. So it's a lot of crimes against humanity you see in these fires now. You see, dead bodies and people that are put in these fires intentionally to hide evidence and things of that nature. But that first fire, that was a rough one for me. And I had maybe 8 working fires since then. And then when I went to a different engine company, I haven't really had any working fires. I had some auto fires and some, persons lost in the lake, but it hasn't been nothing major where I'm at now. But where I was prior, it was a lot of fires and stuff.
All right, real quick, another comment on Facebook real quick. Daniel Marmolejo on Facebook says, hello. It's great to hear the perspective of firefighters and the great job each of you do as a first responder. David Brown, what steps does your department take to enhance trust within your communities? Collaboration, safety awareness, and reaching out to the youth within your communities?
So we have Instructor 1, Instructor 2. Those are programs where the instructors can come and teach the fire candidates at the Quinn Fire Academy. We have a lot of programs. They have district emails of a lot of fundraisers. They have non-for-profit organizations. They have the Black Fire Brigade, Knights of Spirit Nights, a lot of different fire department non-for-profits fundraisers,
Wait.
drives.
Go back. You said the night was Spears?
Spirit Nights of Spirited or Spirited Nights.
Oh, Spirited. Okay.
Like
You had me
Spirited
tripping there for a
Nights.
minute.
It's a non-for-profit I've never worked with. I've never worked with them. I've worked with a bunch of other ones. Chi-Town Gives Back. I've worked with, Black Fire Brigade. I've worked with, She Is Undefeated, a Black firefighter non-for-profit organization. And you can, toy drives, fundraisers. The Black Fire Brigade for children to go to the EMT school to get their education, the EMT. A lot of the kids in the inner city. I'm originally, my family from the inner city. So, we grew up broke, so that $1,500 for someone that might have been an easy drop in the bucket, that was tough for me, or that might have been tough for my family, or, so now it's sponsoring children in the urban areas, the melanated, urbanized kids. And I'm not just talking Black, I'm talking poor Black, poor white, poor Spanish, poor Latino, to get into these programs so they can get themselves some exposure. The Black Fire Brigade really does that. And those are a lot of the different areas that I work in and I help out with. But if you ever want to get into the fire service in Chicago or want some notes, a point of fact, man, you got my Facebook, just hit me up. But it's plenty of stuff I'm willing to share, and we all willing to share because someone shared it with me. This is not knowledge I found it. These are just things that people share with me, and I have some good melanated brothers to share some stuff with me, and I can say I got to pay it forward and share it with other people. So that's why I'm at with it.
Yeah. Alex, you got some sort of same experiences there in Chattanooga?
Well, here we have the regular firefighters union, but we also have the Black firefighters union, and they do the majority of the work. We're in these schools. We do a lot of volunteer work. Lower income, communities, their schools don't get that big chunk of money like the rest of them, but we go in, we do renovating the classrooms, we do like career days or whatever. We explain our job, try to get them interested in this field, so we try to do that. And we have the Forgotten Child Fund. We do a lot of work with that, toys for Christmas, stuff like that. So we try to give back and, get people interested in this field.
All right. Good deal with that. Good deal. So you said most of your calls though are medical related, right? Most of you guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've noticed that in our fire department as well. But I always gave you guys props on early. I said I only give you one prop, but I'll give you another one. When you guys do work on fires, you guys do work. I will say that. Yeah. I will say sometimes I'm kind of envious when y'all get to sit there and watch the football game when we out handling calls, but or barbecuing. That's
when we
barbecue.
I barbecue all day long, baby.
Yeah, working out, Alex. I see your bench back there, Alex. So you guys get.
Oh yeah, I got it in this morning.
Yeah,
we get it in this morning. We got to get it in.
Lizzie, right? Don't we say wish we could get paid to work out, but hey, should have been a firefighter. Nice. Should have been a firefighter.
We picked the other field. We decided to be your heroes. So no, just like y'all, everybody else is heroes. We'll be your hero.
I invite all the CPD. I invite all the police, man. We are like Chicago. We got a good relationship. I smoke a lot of meat. I smoke ribs and pork belly, and I do my thing. And when I see the CP during the riots, them jokers were dogged. They were tired. I say, man, here's a monster, man. Get you a plate. I smoke some macaroni. Here's some green beans and greens. Get some cornbread. Here, take this to go. I understand. We on the same team. We gotta play for right. But when it's time to go to work, I'm praying that you do your job just like you praying I do my job. So man, come sit at this table, grab here's some food. Pass. They can't sit down and eat with us. But we can give them something in the passing, give them a coffee, give them, I'm saying, here you go, man, take this real quick. Hey, man, good job. You need anything? You need some ice? You use a bathroom? Come on in and use a bathroom. No problem. Because at the end of the day, for our medical calls, when it's something that's an altered mental status and somebody's combative, CPD got to secure the scene for us. We need y'all to be on y'all square.
You know what?
Just like I was going
to ask y'all real quick. I was going to ask you guys that most of the time you guys got to wait for us to clear the scene, but has there ever been an incident or an occasion where the PD wasn't there and you guys had to handle business yourselves? You got an assault or what have you?
Heck yeah! It's the time we roll up on the scene. Look, this ain't saying nothing.
Speak on it,
speaking
then.
as me being a dispatcher, I see it from both ends. And when I was in the field my first time, we got sent to, it was a one down nature unknown. Now, normally we send the police for a nature unknown, but for the most part, it's nothing to them. Well, yeah, one day, it was a nature unknown. It was something known. And they're like, what the fuck? What is that? And for the first time, I was actually able to say, them goddamn dispatchers.
Heck yeah.
So yes, we be needing y'all to come secure the scene so we can do our thug sizzle and we can get on back to the station.
Right.
We had a PCP addict. This kid hopped up on PCP.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He had a seizure. Get up there.
And they wake up violent.
Mm-hmm.
And he woke up. Like, we get him in the chair, in the stair chair, and he looks, he wakes, he just opens his eye. Like, man, this joker is woke, man. We about to have a party up in here right now. And he did just that. He woke up, he started tensing up real quick.
Let me see you percolate. Let me see you do the percolator.
Man,
He ready.
He doing the shimmy with it. I'm like, man, this joker is about to act a fool. Man, he grabbed the chair. Now he's in the stair chair, grabbed the chair, yanked down the steps, got up, kill me. No, so we're trying to get him in the stretcher. Man, he pushes me out the stretcher, off the ambulance. Man, I'm wrestling when I'm 30 years old, and I was sore the next day because I'm just trying to. I'm sore. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get the Epsom salt out and soak in some hot water.
It's soak.
Because my boy was not playing around. I said, man,
it's a strength like none other.
Man, but the thing is that when the police got there were some older police officers, and now they were a little bit more yellow in terms of, I'm not trying to get hurt. So you got these 55, 60-year-old police officers that don't want to tangle with this 22-year-old PCP addict. And now
they say you strong, you can do it.
I'm the perfect candidate to be like, hey, man, and I'm new. So they're going to be like, hey, new guy, jump on it. Get at it, kid. And at that point, it's you know, you say a prayer to the Lord and you better get in that action. you better get in there and
get it done.
Man, you better get in that action. And man, listen, you better hold on. Because he's gonna take you for
that's when you better pray you got a paramedic and you give her some ketamine. That's what you do for that.
But see now, and that's the thing with a PCP addict trying to get him ketamine, the PCP addict's not gonna let you get near him with no needle. So he's gonna fight you all day long. So his
it can get done.
You're not gonna. I mean, we were trying to get him on a stretcher. And
here's what you do. You do it Alabama style. You break out those hoses. And you shoot it
okay. Oh, the pettiness.
Man, I can't do
Alabama
style. Civil rights movement.
If we had some young people that are on, and we do actually, who are interested in becoming a firefighter or what that looks like, and we'll say like high school, getting ready to graduate from high school. What are the recommendations? Do they need to go to college? Do they need to have education? Can they go straight and test or train for the test and then do the academy? What is that process like?
So EMT,
what I would recommend is first things first, at least for our department. Even if you come on as an EMT or if you already got your medic license or whatever the case may be, coming fresh out of high school, you still need to have the strength to take that CPAC, because without that, your EMT that you already got, your paramedic, they don't even matter if you can't pass the CPAC. So if you're young and you want to get into this field first, make sure it's something that you want to do, because the job is mentally training. Like the CPAC is just a start, but fire school is a whole different ballgame. That's when they mentally and physically will break you down. It's like ours is 20 weeks, 6 days a week.
Ours is 6 months. We 6 months up there.
So
you just really got to make sure it's something that you really want to do. A lot of people think that you're going to automatically come on and start fighting fire. No, 99% of the calls are medical. Every now and again, you may get that fire. You're going to get dispatched to a lot of fires and you get there and there's nothing showing. Or it's a powder stove, or something like that, so don't come in, thinking that you're going to be just Captain America and fighter. No, just go to the gym, work out. Like I said, having the paramedic or an EMT, that's nice. It's great, but if you don't have the strength to, at least get past your CPAT or fire school, then you won't make it. And also with fire school, I feel like if you could pass your CPAT, fire school will be okay.
Yeah.
It's the mental aspect, being yelled at, being PT'd for stupid stuff. Like it's mentally.
They got an academy now.
Yeah, sound like the police academy.
You get dogged in
the way we get smoked. Man, so I don't know about y'all, but we had to carry 80-pound buckets of sand a quarter mile around our fire department, up some stairs, down some stairs, down some steps. I got to the point where I was.
Dave, David sound like when you telling your kids, I used to walk 5 miles.
Yeah, when I was 10 years old, I walked 10 miles in the snow barefooted in Costa Rica. It was the only place in the tropics that snowed.
I was hospitalized for 4 days. I had rhabdomyolysis. My muscles started bleeding because I pushed myself past the point of exhaustion. When I say that the Chicago Fire Academy, in my opinion, and I've been through 6 different fire academies. I've been to 3 overseas. I've been to 2 over here in America. Chicago Fire Academy by far and was the hardest for me. And you got to make sure that you eat a decent amount of carbohydrates when you work out. You want to make sure you have for my young black brothers and queens and kings, keep your record clean. You can't have no felonies. You can't have none of that stuff on your record. You need a high school diploma. If you don't have that, get your GED. You see what I'm saying? The fire department, very good job. And historically, it has been a job that has not been for us. So if it's a situation where we can get us in there, make sure you come with your game airtight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you have to be some type of character where you're a pacifist and accept any type of and bad treatment. But if you know that the odds may be potentially stacked against you, you see what I'm saying? If you know that the water's going to be choppy, you better be a fish, baby. You see what I'm saying? You better get in there and swim. So, GED, your EMT, you want to get your find a local department that will sponsor you to get your firefighter 2. So once you go into these academies, your firefighter 2 is just a formality. You're taking the curriculum, but you're not testing for the certificate because you've already attained it. There's a lot of volunteer fire departments in Chicago that will help you get that. Your EMT, a lot of Black Fire Brigade, a lot of other organizations, not-for-profit, will help you get those credentials. So it's very attainable, and you stay out of the gossip, stay out of the nonsense. The fire department is a gossip-filled career. You see what I'm saying? A lot of other cultures are conditioned. Person is one that doesn't say nothing and takes it, and a lot of other cultures in the Black culture we condition to hey, everybody's against me. And that's not the case either. So you can get in there, and there's a lot of good people from all cultures that are going to help you, treat you the right way, come in with the right spirit, keep your record clean. That's all I can say to my young brother. I mean, like I live in the hood of Chicago. I talk to some hood individuals. Man, I want to be a fireman. Bro, you can't be out here selling dope. You can't be out here living reckless, and the repercussions of that are going to complicate your entire life. Yes. You want a better career? You got to step away from that nonsense. You have to make sure that you help and encourage people around you that are not going to be connected to that either. You want to be better, you got to be around better people. You want to be smart, be around smart people. Amen. That's how I look at it. So that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Listen, the doors of the church are now open.
Nah, man.
Is there one?
I'm saying it louder for the people in the back.
Yeah.
For the culture.
Man,
is there anything, Alexander, that you would add to what they said that may be different in Tennessee? Because it sounds like there's small little differences for each department.
I know for us, my fire department does everything, in-house. They do all their ability testing, written testing, So I would say just, learn your, go over it, get with somebody, get with another firefighter or whatever, in your neighborhood, talk to them, ask them about the process, prepare yourself mentally. And then like she said, then get yourself ready physically, get your cardio up, because cardio is important. Because these fire scenes, they can last from, it's like a quick little fire, put it out the kitchen, or you'll be on an apartment fire for 5 hours. And 5 hours is 80 pounds a year. on air switching out bottles, you will get exhausted, and your cardio is important. Like,
for real, for real.
You know, I've gotten to the point where gotten close to passing out, and it's like I got to work on myself, and I go hard the next few weeks, and I come to the next fire, and it's like, okay, I'm ready now. So you got close. You did.
Be real.
You got close. Exactly. I was like, take your helmet off, take your mask off. Like, I need a break for a second. I got close.
You got close and you did.
I didn't hit the ground. I say that I didn't hit the ground.
Look at you, bro.
I don't want you ever coming to nothing I do, David, because you gonna tell everything. You just gonna tell everything.
I'm a bust.
What happened to the nod? What happened to the nod?
Nah, bro, that's not how it went.
Throw me under the bus, man.
I'm hanging out with Kristen.
I went through the same thing.
Me and Kristen sitting in the corner. I'm hanging with Kristen.
You crazy. You crazy.
You gonna help me get ready for the CPAP. I can't.
All right, y'all. So,
Lord.
So
I'm gonna have to train for dispatch because I can't do the Stairmaster. No law.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Look, if I can do it, and I'm a little girl. If I can do it, I feel like if I was able to get where I am now, there should be no reason why anybody could not be a firefighter. Because baby, look, tell you something, child, it was a struggle.
Man.
Hey man, I receive it.
Let me reel this back in. Let me reel this back in.
Oh, hey, Dale.
Yeah. Hey. Let's say host, right? Anyway, it's all good. It's all good, baby. Hey, I just want to ask y'all guys real quick, where you guys see yourselves in the next 5 years before we get out of here on this show? What's the next step for you? Kristen, since you were talking already, what's the next step for you? Where you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Gee.
I'm actually doing a paramedic to RN bridge program. So I do plan on staying on the department. I would like to see myself promote more, but I just take it day by day. Whatever God sees fit for me, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, that's what's up. Alex, where you see yourself next 5 years?
Like you said, while I'm here, I'm gonna try to promote, get as high as I can. But outside of that, like I said before, I'm big in the mental health field. So I see myself, finishing out school, psychology, going on to be either a therapist or, social worker. I want to get into that field. I deal with a lot of those psych patients, and I feel like that's my calling.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the next promotional step?
Driver.
For me, it would be engineer. Engineer is the backup driver. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's engineer for us. It's engineer for us.
And David, where you see yourself? Where you see yourself next 5 years, David?
I'm a part-time. I'm a small-time inventor myself, so I'd like to get into the design aspect of the fire service. I'd like when it comes to designing some new fire equipment that's a bit more safe, practical, a bit more safety applicable to fire scenes and things like that. I want to design some things and try to get into that. Go back to school, do some more engineering field situation type things. So that's where I'm at with it.
All right.
They finna be showing up in fireproof suits with red bottoms and stuff. They not carrying no more. It's just gonna be. They're gonna be on the next Incredibles. They're gonna hit up old girl from the Incredibles and just all kind of stuff, stretching and everything.
I'm gonna see you on Shark Tank.
Down here in Chicago, we just that cool down here.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Yeah, we appreciate you guys for coming on today. It was fun.
Very much.
We got a lot of good stuff from you guys. We know where to go now.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we know who to approach.
And all of our young people that are watching, they all offer their services. So I'm sure you can find them or make yourselves reach out to them, find their emails to their companies. If you have questions, please tap into the resources when they're there. And these wonderful men and women are back.
Yeah, that's what's up. Appreciate you guys. So we're going to get out of here now. Appreciate you guys for joining us here. Yeah, thank you for joining us here on Black and Blue Live. It was fun today.
Thanks, y'all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Welcome back. Next time we're going to be back here. We're not going to have a show next week, Lizzie. We got things to do, but we're going to be back the week after that with another fun-filled episode. So make sure you're there. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. Make sure all y'all there. All right.
Show back up.
Yes, sir.
This has been a Maitre D Entertainment presentation.